There's nobody better.
This is Pookie. He's my pimp.
What?
He's my pimp. Johnny's my pimp.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I love having my gay pimp.
Nick, are you a dog person?
I have a fear of dogs.
You do?
Yeah.
Did you get bit?
Nope. It was just like sort of ever since I was a kid. I've been afraid of dogs. There was one time I was walking in the woods with my dad.
Yeah.
And we
Dangerous.
passed a guy who had a dog not on his leash. And I got like afraid. I was maybe like 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. And the guy called me a faggot in front of my dad. And then my dad hit him in the face.
Really?
And I started crying.
That's why you're afraid of dogs.
And then I like ran home from the woods because we had woods.
You ran away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like, Nick, go. Like that. And then he fucking handled the guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What did the guy do?
I don't know. I mean, I ran away.
And your dad was like, I'm willing to die for my son.
Yes. And he had a dog not on a leash.
Not on a leash.
Yeah.
What kind of dog was it?
I mean, in my head, it was a giant dog, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's probably like a lab or something.
Now, am I crazy, or did me and you drive to Albany and back and you didn't stutter the whole time?
Didn't stutter the whole time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes he turns it off.
No, I don't turn it off.
It's for the cameras in the stage.
It's for the cameras in the stage.
He wants to get a Make-A-Wish.
But also,
well, you know what happens when
you can't hear it because I'm not talking. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I'll just take like a pause, and I think people think I'm just taking a pause, but it's a stutter.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know.
You know what happens when comics go on the road together?
They fuck.
We didn't get a chance to because we drove to Albany and back.
I tried.
They fuck in the back of a fucking car.
Roadhead.
I've never had sex in a car. I never would. Nick and I were talking about this today, actually, like how like the only guys that like are really ever into me are like actual criminals. Like the guy I had my first, cause I used to do a joke about this.
But what kind of, like, white collar criminals?
No, like actual like felons. Like
I knew what you meant.
I used to do a joke about this, but the guy that I had my first kiss with was a model for Tyler the Creator's clothing brand Golf Wang. And then he got fired. Like they broke his contract because he got outed for raping 16 girls. Okay. Like those are the types of guys who don't play about me. Like it's going to be a rapist. It's going to be a thief. It's going to be a potential killer.
Time to introduce our other guest.
Yeah.
We have Ivy Wolk on the show. Is Volk or
Wolk?
Wolk.
You said it right.
Yeah.
It's brought me up on stage as Volk before, and I've just had to suffer through it.
Ivy Wolk.
Ivy Wolk. Ivy Wolk, $10 an hour. Nickel hand job under bridge. Ivy Wolk.
Wait, how old were you?
Evil.
Who?
Ivy. You look like a German supervillain right now.
I think I look absolutely totally normal, and maybe even would go so far as to say stunning, gorgeous, and brave.
And evil.
Okay, well, that's...
Well, you know what's funny, though, is like when comics go on the road, we get in the car, and then we start dropping we start dropping slurs. So I'm just thinking, like, did I say a slur and then Nick stopped stuttering?
Oh my God, you broke the spell.
Yeah.
Well, really, I think it was when I said the slur. Stop stuttering.
Yeah.
That was very clear. Came right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I go to the, are you a dog person?
My mom has a dog that is loud as fuck and yappy as fuck, but I fuck with her like whatevs. But like the thing about animals is like, I know that like we will never truly know each other, and so like that kind of wigs me out, and so I can't really connect. Like my roommate's cat, like whenever I used to be left alone with like my roommate's cat at my old apartment, like we would deadass like have like the cat would sit on the table, and I would just stare at her and go, I will never know you. And like I did that maybe twice a month.
I would think that you would like that, because I feel like the men you're into are generally sort of avoid it.
Yeah, well, the men that I'm into, like I like a guy.
So I was walking my dog today.
Okay.
I was walking my dog, okay, and I see this lady with a stroller. She's got a stroller, and she's got her dog. She's got a black lab.
Have you never
we'll
seen
get back
that
to
before?
that. What's that?
Had you never seen that before?
No, but my dog is very bad on the leash. Like it's a lot, you know. He'll pull on the leash a lot. And but this dog, this black lab, had a choke collar on it. So I said to the lady, I said, because do you ever find yourself in a situation where you go, I'm gonna make a joke, I'm gonna win these people over?
Always.
Yeah. So I go, so I'm like, oh, what's the dog's got a choke collar on it. And she goes, yeah, because choke collars are kind of like controversial.
Okay.
Okay.
In the dog community.
They're controversial because it like hurts the dog or something.
Right.
And there's a pet store in my neighborhood that I went into, and I said, "Do you guys?" I said, "Do you guys have choke collars?" And the guy's like, "Nah, we don't do that because it like chokes the dog." And it's like a small pet store, and there's a sign in the window that says like, "When you shop here, you're supporting a family and not a CEO."
Uh-huh.
But I go, "You go, but you don't even have anything that's going to choke my dog, my bad dog, you know." So, but the lady had a baby, a little tiny baby with her, and so I'm like, we start talking about the choke collar, and then it's like a secret. I think it's like a secret community of people who are pro choke collar.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, yeah, no, because he needs. She was like almost a little embarrassed. Yeah, it's a choke collar.
Well, the dog's a masochist.
Yeah,
And she's a sadist, and that's their dynamic, and you need to respect that.
right.
That's hot.
Right.
It's really hot. I just soaked through the chair.
But anyway, so she goes, yeah, he's, I like, he needs it because he's like really bad on the leash. And I go, yeah. And then so out of the, so we're talking about dogs and everything and choke collars. And then out of the bodega, her husband comes out and he's got like a box of White Claw and he puts it in the stroller. And then he puts it in the stroller and he walks away. And then I go, I'm thinking in my head, I go, if this guy comes back, I'm going to jokingly, yeah, me and your wife were just talking about choke collar. We're just talking about choke collars. And I was going to be like, I don't want you to beat my ass or anything, you know? Mm-hmm. So the guy comes back and I go, yeah, we're just talking about choke collars, you know, because I don't want this guy to beat my ass or anything. And then the lady looks at me and she goes, oh no, it's not a problem. Like they didn't know that I was joking. And then I just had to like walk away. I just had to walk away like a little pathetic, like little cuck boy, because they thought they didn't realize it was like a bit.
Maybe they
I was
were
doing
Polly, and they were excusing your behavior because they wanted to invite you in.
You think?
Did you consider that?
Yeah, like
Brooklyn?
I don't know. They were like
maybe
like,
he would have liked if you were like, trying to fuck his wife.
You're saying I
Yeah.
should have licked my lips a little bit.
I'm saying you should have bit your lip. I'm saying you should have taken the chain out from under your hoodie, and then you should have bit the gold.
Yeah, you're like, I'm actually wearing a choke collar right
Yeah.
now. If you guys
Oh my
are
god, you
interested.
actually have one. I didn't
Yeah,
even
of course.
see it.
Yeah.
Wow, I was literally kidding, but he actually, yeah. See,
I don't want him to beat my
you
ass.
could have, you could have done that, and then
Your wife and I were talking about choking.
your wife and I were talking about choking. You bite the necklace, and then she goes, oh, that's not a problem, and he goes, do you want to come over for a drink?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, the three of you, drink brandy out of like short, stout glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and then he starts grabbing your thigh.
Mm-hmm.
You start fingering her cunt, and then it just goes on from there, and you don't have to tell Deb.
It's the new show, everybody. Isn't this fantastic? Johnny, what do you think?
Amazing.
It's going great, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I like this a lot. Does it ever happen though? You're doing a bit and people don't know you're doing a bit?
Always.
Yeah, like every day.
Every single day of my life. Yeah.
Because I could have just said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if the people had the same sense of humor as me, they would have been like, oh, ha ha ha, you're so funny.
But also, what feels even worse though is if you go
She's
like
like, oh, he's not
really
gonna be-
broad.
Right.
You know, like if you're in an
Yeah.
elevator and you're like, oh, I guess it's a local.
Yeah.
Like
my
that feels
God.
worse
And they don't.
to have
Like
that kill.
I
Sure.
was
Yeah.
on the train the other day, and it smelled like sweat, and so I went, damn, it smelled like sweat in here.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody just looked at me.
You were doing AAVE.
You know I always slip into that shit.
I-
I'm an around
I-
the way girl. Come on
Yeah.
now.
IV.
Come on. These nails were $45.
IV.
These nails were $45, okay?
AAIV.
Yeah, Ivy Wolk.
Don't fuck with Crown Heights, bitch. Crown till I die. Crown till I die. It's a Crip neighborhood.
The
I think a guy in the psych ward told me it was a Crip neighborhood, but
The-
he told me also that
Yeah.
he went to England and got kidnapped for ransom. So, and he was Muslim.
your neighborhood has city bike,
What does that imply?
so it isn't the hood.
It isn't the hood.
Yeah, if they have city bike, then it's not the hood.
Okay, but also
Like in like East New York and Brownsville,
There's no city
bikes.
bike?
Yeah, but
But you know
have
what?
them.
No offense to the city bike. No offense to the Citibank company. I kind of get why.
No,
Not
totally,
over,
totally.
You know?
Because you still
I don't
see
know.
them like with the shit ripped off.
Yeah.
Do they really have city bikes in my neighborhood?
Yeah, they do. I rode one there one time to
I love when
wake you up.
Oh, right. One time before our show, Struggle Bus, which the next show, we don't know when it's going to be or the location, but we ran a show together called Struggle Bus. Nick came to my apartment and woke me up 40 minutes before the show started, and I arrived literally 5 minutes before the show.
I really
like
love
throw
when
up.
I really love when you just see a city bike on the ground and you go, what's happened here? How did that get there?
Yeah.
I think some people know there's like a glitch in the city bike. You can just like steal them.
But I think if you get like a hammer and you knock off the front of it, I think that's kind of the hack that a lot of people do.
I don't know how to ride a bike at all.
You don't?
No, every time
You're from LA. That's why.
every time I've tried, I have no like actual real center of gravity, and so anytime I'm on a bike, I just tip over. I just will.
I could probably teach you.
No, many have tried.
Really?
We should-
Since I was a child.
we should all do
never
that.
sick. All teach me how to ride a bike.
Teach how to ride
Many
a bike.
men have told me, I'm going to teach you how to ride a bike. I'm going to teach you how to drive. And bitch, guess what? It don't stick. And that's because
Interesting.
I'm a feminist.
You want to hear something fucked up about
Just kidding.
me?
I'm
What's that?
not good at it.
Something fucked up about me is that I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 9, because one day my mean grandmother came over. I almost said the word. Can't call her that.
A cunt?
Yeah, I can't call her that.
A
on the
guinea?
show. She's still alive. My Polak grandmother.
Your wop
That's the word I was
grandmother?
looking for. Yeah.
Your gopnik grandmother?
Yeah, my potato boop grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Ivy!
I have the pass.
You have the pass.
Look at
Wow.
this chin to nose ratio. I've got the pass.
You're
Honey.
really?
Yeah.
Bitch.
Half.
No, on both sides.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Bitch, I'm like Mos Def said, black on both sides. I'm Jew on both sides.
So if I like point to you, you can say the word if I want to say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Honey, we're all free here. It's Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can
Free
go.
Patreon.
No, this is public, I think, right?
You can go to the link in my
public.
Twitter bio and find my Patreon if you're interested in the way I look. And I'm not going to elaborate any further because I don't want this in perpetuity. But
Yeah.
if you're interested in the way my face looks, check out the rest of the vehicle. Link in my Twitter bio at Wolktress. My mom took
Yep.
$140 from me today to buy herself a bracelet. So I just had to plug that.
Nice.
Tracy, shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Tracy. I love her.
So when I was 9, my grandmother came over the house and she was like, "This is ridiculous." No, I would go to her house because she had a pool, and she would go like, "This is ridiculous. You don't know how to ride a bike. You're learning how to ride a bike." And I was like, "I don't want to. I'm never gonna learn." Like that. And but what's really weird is like my dad is one of those like spandex guys. He's like an Italian. He used to be like an Italian spandex bike guy, on his tight little shorts.
Trump got off
And we
stage
just,
3
like-
minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah, I got a text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that in a second.
We'll get into that. Sorry, keep
We
digress.
went to the
Keep going.
rally, but he was he would just like get on a bike and like wiggle his little ass around. But he couldn't even like teach his fat son how to ride a
You were
bicycle.
fat?
Yeah.
How fat?
Not
How
that-
fat was he?
I looked like one of the kids from Sopranos, like Bobby Jr.
I haven't seen that show.
I was like a little like a pudgy.
Like Fat
If
Albert
you
fat.
Google Olive Garden commercial, you'll see my early acting work.
Were you in an Olive Garden?
No.
But just that sort of physiognomy.
The
like,
vibe
ethos or
of
whatever,
like
the vibe,
endless
yeah.
breadsticks really stoking you out.
Yeah.
Right.
New metal fat.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was really into
isn't
new
that
metal
weird?
in
Why
high
didn't-
school, and I was anorexic, so it doesn't always make you fat. I was also really into Insane Clown Posse for a year, and I'm like
Miracle.
I'm like just remembering, like I just remembered the other day, like how into Insane Clown Posse I was for like an entire year, and it was also like the first like real year that I was like a real varsity anorexic, and it's like where does the Venn diagram meet up of like, because you look at like the pictures of like the gathering of the juggalos, and it's like ain't nobody like under 200, you know?
Right.
And like then there's me like 80 pounds hiding a scale in my closet, you know, sophomore year of high school, and I'm like my axe is my, like I'm like listening to the most like retarded fucking music ever, and like I'm like devoting my life to being thin, and it's like I guess like maybe I left the community because I just like realized like I just like didn't fit in, you know?
I think as long as you're like I'm a wigger. I think they would have accepted you.
Well, you know I am.
Right.
You know I am. This is a known truth about me.
The other story I wanted to tell.
Oh, right.
today
He had
was,
another story.
I just have one.
Let's
more,
all
and
sit
then we're
tight
gonna-
and be interested.
Yeah.
New show.
I know the dog thing. I thought we were gonna get like 7 or 8 minutes, but you just never know. That's
You
why
never
you gotta
know.
have the bullet points ready when you
Right,
come in. I don't
right.
have
For sure.
bullet points. But here's my second bullet point.
Story number 2.
Here's my second bullet point because we are still a pro-Palestine. We still love Palestinian children on the show. We will not stop talking about it. We will not stop advocating for the Middle East and for Muslim society and for Sharia law and all that kind of stuff.
Jihad down. Jihad boots.
Yes, I will never stop.
Jihad tee. Jihad wig. Jihad pussy stunt. Jihad cunt. Jihad. Did I already say wig? I already said wig.
Jihad wigger?
Jihad wig. No, like wig.
That's
like,
like Mike. That's what
no,
Mike
like,
is.
no, like,
Johnny, is that the new name of the show?
It's at least the episode title.
Is that,
no, like wig. Like wig.
can you say that though? People get.
You have like the
Remember back in like
green
2018,
bandana,
people
like,
would
here.
get mad if you said that word. I still feel kind of uncomfortable saying it.
I do say it often.
You say it often.
Yeah,
All
I'll
the time because it's
I'll
how
stop when
I
I'm told to.
Right. It's because it's how I identify, sort of. Because like, yeah, it's derogatory, but like when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm wearing Joker jeans from the 90s with boxers hanging out around my stomach and a chain from Amazon and a wife beater, I'm like, how else can you describe this?
Cracker just doesn't do it.
Cracker doesn't fucking do it. Cracker implies like a purity, a cleanliness, a sort of like
And what does
I'd
wigger
be
imply?
cut that, please.
Kike.
UTA, I love being represented by you.
pass?
No, not at all. I was just saying because we're gonna cut that.
Oh, okay.
UTA.
You're gonna cut that, right?
No.
UTA, I love being represented by you. I love being an actress in mainstream Hollywood. It is the joy of my life to be an actress in mainstream Hollywood, and I would never say anything wrong or with any sort of misguided implication.
Yeah.
And I'm very sorry for all my actions, and I would like to take this moment to make a public apology.
And by the way, guess what? Guess what? Talking about Palestine on your podcast gets you
What?
nothing. It makes you lose a lot of the things that you hold important.
You didn't get a role on Tire Season 2?
No, it's not about Tire Season 2. It's a whole complicated
Because I
thing.
didn't get a role on
It's
Tire
a whole.
Season
It's a
2.
whole complicated thing I can't talk about right now.
Right.
But
So, Mike, I understand that you have a story.
Quiet.
I have a story, and I'm gonna get the story out of the way.
Right, go ahead.
And then we're gonna go back to you guys. You know what? Maybe I'll interview you guys.
Cool.
I'll
Great.
interview. Yeah.
Love it.
So like I said, pro-Palestine podcast always.
Is there a hand sign for that?
What's that?
Is there a hand sign you can do for Palestine?
I don't know. Can you do a?
I love Palestine.
We love you,
Me too.
Palestine.
Me too. I will never.
Shouts out Gaza.
I will never abandon those children. I will always be podcasting with them in my heart. But
Hashtag podcast for Gaza.
that's good.
Hashtag cut for Bieber.
That's good.
No, but I'm serious. Love you, Palestine down, and I'm sorry for what happened to you.
So there's videos like our lawmakers just kind of walk around the world. They don't really have. Do you know Aaron Mate?
Yeah.
And I don't, but because the other person at the table knows who he is, I'm gonna say yeah, absolutely.
He's like a journalist. He's an independent journalist. He works for the Gray Zone, I think.
Okay. What's
If
the
you
gray
check-
zone?
if you check-
Okay.
Nick, read that phone number right on the.
All right.
show
That
right
is $8 million.
Read that. Just want to let you guys know. I got his number in my phone. Anyway, he's a independent journalist. He's also very pro-Palestine, and there's videos of him like confronting senators and stuff. On the he confronted this senator on a train, and he said, "Listen, we got to stop killing the babies.
Right.
We got to stop killing the babies.
You gotta stop bombing hospitals while people are hooked up to IV.
Stop bombing the hospitals.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While people are fucking actively hooked up to
I
IV.
really need the." to chill out. Let's go, baby. Let's take this right to the finish line. Huh? We're
Full
very,
throttle, baby.
yeah. I need them to chill. Anyway, so there's a lot of videos of people. There's a lot of videos of people confronting, confronting like lawmakers, right? And then you think about that guy Aaron Bushnell, and you go like, why did you set yourself on fire? Like, why did you take your own life? Couldn't you have?
Can a bitch be suicidal in peace? Damn.
But couldn't you have like lean on John Fetterman and?
Literally love that, except like low key we do dress the same, but like but
he does it in like he does it in a way where it's like the guy version of Christian cinema where you're supposed to go, oh, that's cool, she's like me, but you're supposed to be like, I have jizz on my shorts
like him,
too.
Yeah, imagine the smell of him burning.
Oh my god, him with like a bow tie shirt, like the shirt with the bow tie. He reminds me of this kid I went to college with who always had like a little white stain near his crotch on his pants every single day, and he was always like, I spilled ketchup again. And it always was ketchup because he always reeked of ketchup. I love this kid. Always was ketchup. My best friend Lola and I used to like sneak into his dorm room because the lock didn't work and just take pictures of ourselves in his dorm room and then leave.
Johnny, have I told the story before about kindergarten, about the bathroom on the show? Try not to repeat stories.
Not that I remember.
When I was in kindergarten, I went to the little like single-use bathroom, and this
For
kid
the
was
disabled community.
no, it was our like classroom bathroom.
My bad.
But there was a kid peeing, and I saw his ass, and for some reason I was like so afraid of seeing his ass again that almost every day in kindergarten I would just piss myself. Because I didn't want to see Tom Civitello's ass again.
Tom
Civitello, shout out.
Did they ever?
Shout out.
Did like your teacher think that you were getting molested or something?
That's a sign.
Yeah.
That's one of the warning signs.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm just afraid of someone's ass.
My teacher that year was.
Which makes you sound even more fucking molested.
I'm afraid of John's ass.
I'm afraid of Tom's ass.
Tom. Yeah.
I'm afraid of Tom's ass. Your teacher's like,
my teacher
you're
that year,
being fucked in your boy butt.
she had a nervous breakdown.
Well, so did
because
I.
she found that her husband was
Because she saw Tom's butt.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Tom had an interesting ass.
Wait.
Tom had quite an interesting ass.
Two cracks.
No, he just had a regular ass, but I don't know why. I would just like piss my little sweatpants. I would piss my little gray sweatpants every day.
I walked in at theater camp on a kid pissing, and it scared. Like I didn't see his wang or nothing, but like it scared me so bad I had nightmares about it every day for like 2 months. And I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
You ever seen The Ring?
No.
It's like they watch a movie and it like
the girl
makes you crazy. Yeah, imagine the video was just like a 5-year-old's ass.
And then like the
comes in
ass
your
crawls
dreams.
out of the TV.
It just molests you in your dreams. It comes into your dreams and gives you a stink face.
Tom Cimitella crawls out of the TV with a wig on that looks like my hair. Don't I have the haircut of the girl from The Ring?
Yeah, you do.
I do, yeah.
When I was in first grade, so I was always in the same class as the other kid in my elementary school who stuttered.
All right.
They like made sure that was
tell the story, and then I gotta get back to
Gotta
get back to my other thing.
One time, everyone was doing like carpet time.
Yeah.
And then I saw him leave, and he didn't go to the bathroom. He just went to the trash can.
Yeah.
And peed in the trash can, and no one saw except for me.
You know what? It's fun to piss in stuff that you don't normally piss in.
Absolutely.
When my kid is, when we're out, like I have a boy, luckily, so if we're out and he needs to go, I just find the closest tree and I go piss on that tree.
When I was still drinking,
I'm just saying, I think he was actually retarded, and I just started. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's still fun to piss and stuff.
When I was still drinking, my friend Moira and I decided, you know Moira, my friend Moira and I decided to piss in the street, to just like pull our pants like around our ankles and like piss in the street because like one of her roommates was taking like the longest shit of actually all time. And so we pissed in the street, and first of all, we were literally like, our shoes were covered in piss, our legs were covered in piss. Like, it don't work the same with bitches, like it really don't.
Yeah.
But like, as we're pissing in the street, our fucking asses out giving Tom Cimitella. Like, as our fucking asses are out, pussies out, pissing in the street.
I love watching girls piss. It's so like on
off
the street.
of like 4 margaritas.
No, like,
Yeah.
We fucking a group.
it's like
of
seeing a
people,
midget on the street. Like seeing a girl.
A group of people. A group of people walked by.
You go like, oh, that's really
By the way,
special.
we were drinking in a whole.
Guys.
Dude, a girl pissing in the
We
snow.
were drinking in a
Oh my
whole
God.
other neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we're pissing in the street, like
Yeah.
between 2 parked cars. And this group of people that were at the bar in a whole other neighborhood walk by us while our asses and pussies are out,
Yeah.
that we like met at the bar and like briefly spoke to.
Yeah.
And literally just these people that we just like were like casually acquainted with, and we like waved
but
to
you
at the
shouldn't feel
bar, saw our like whole asses and pussies if we
I
were
know.
pissing on our own feet.
Yeah.
This is special.
You shouldn't ever feel, but women shouldn't feel unsafe to have their ass and pussy out on the street.
That's really kind of you to say.
I mean, I wish we lived in a world someday where they could do that.
Yeah, I wish I'd left this studio and then right outside we saw a woman with her pussy and ass
we would
out.
be
I can
friends
do
for
that.
life if we saw that. I don't know. There's
I would say
something like
thank you.
there's something like so beautiful about a woman pissing on the street.
Especially,
I don't know
Were you
what
like-
it
The
is.
people
It's
Were you-
from
were
the
you going
bar
like
did
this?
not think it was
Dude, it's
beautiful.
were you like holding on to something and leaning
it's like
back?
looking at a
We were
painting.
literally like, I think we were holding on to each other and
it's
like
like
seen
literally
women do
pants
that.
around our ankles, like asses and pussies out. We had to leave our shoes outside the apartment because there was piss all over our shoes.
It's like looking at a Renaissance painting.
It was so bad. It was so bad. We got back into the apartment and we
Vanity.
smelled like piss. We took like Ativan and we're like laying in our bed watching like Mr. Beast, and we like smelled like piss. Like it was really awesome.
You've lived so many lives already. It seems like.
That's what I say to Ivy every time she tells a
watching
story.
Mr. Beast.
It's like,
Yeah.
do you ever just like watch a movie and then like
right.
I
go
watch a
home?
lot of movies. Today I was watching a movie that I didn't finish called La Luna, and it's about an Italian opera singer whose husband dies, and she moves to Italy to do opera with her heroin addicted son, and in order to help him through his heroin addiction, she starts giving him hand jobs.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
So
inside
let's get back
too.
to politics. For
Okay,
a
yeah.
second. Just really quick, I just want to get back to politics
Right,
really fast.
you were at Aaron Bushnell.
And I would, yeah.
Aaron Monte.
And I go, why wouldn't you just set like John Fetterman on?
Right.
You know, but so I'm at a street fair today with my wife and son, and I have my dog with me too,
The naughty dog.
the naughty dog, and I'm standing there, and we're like right near all the bounce houses, and like Chuck Schumer walks right past me.
Amy's uncle, fat Amy's uncle.
I want to yes and that song so bad. I'm fat.
Fat Amy's
His uncle. That's what you should have done when you saw him. How's your fat knees?
How's your fat Zionist?
First of all, how's your fat knees?
First of all,
second of
how's
all-
your fat Zio horn knees?
Yeah. Didn't he give the order to kill everybody at Waco? That's what Dan Soder told me one time. Wasn't he like everybody? Didn't he push the button or something?
I don't know.
Something happened.
I
As a
trust Dan
senator?
though because he's sexy.
As the senator of New York,
He pushed the Waco button.
he pushed the Waco button.
I don't think Dan Soder would lie about that though.
I have a story about Chuck Schumer. So,
Okay, so cool.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So
go.
he walks.
go.
The interruption. Wait, this being the interruption show? That's the new.
The weave.
It's great. We should all do it and see who gets the most interruptions in an episode. But anyway, so he walks right past me, and then I'm like, oh my god, I should have said something. But then he's like, he's such an old man. You forget. I think he's in his 80s, right?
Yeah.
So he's like an old man in like basketball shorts and a coat and everything. And I was like, he
Horrible
walks
outfit.
past me, yeah. And those things, you see all these videos of people confronting like lawmakers, where they go like, why is so much of our tax money
Right.
allocated to the massacre of the Palestinian people?
Right.
And you watch those and you go, man, if that was me, I'd call him a fucking slur to his face or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Today,
you're like, that would be different if that was
Right,
me.
today
right.
at the Trump rally, this woman, she was Indian, but she was Jewish. This woman was
I'm sorry to
pushing through the crowd,
Yeah.
and she said, "I'm sorry" in Hebrew because she bumped into somebody, but I thought she said "Sieg Heil," and I went, "Girl, Sieg Heil," and she went, what? And I was like, I thought you just said Sieg Heil. And she was like, no, I said I'm sorry in Hebrew. Whatever. We got to talking. Then she pulls out her phone and she's taking a fucking video of me while she's chanting Yam Israel High, Yam Israel High over and over again. And I'm going, please delete that, like as she's filming me going,
You were chanting?
She was chanting behind the camera,
Yeah.
going, my Jewish sister, Yam Israel High, Yam Israel High. And I'm going, please, ma'am, please delete that. I'm here anonymously. Meanwhile, I'm live tweeting the entire event, but like literally if she posts that video on her Facebook, the way in which it would be over for me, like so bad.
Also, Indian, she was saying sorry, and they wear saris. Your thoughts?
My thoughts, you're a genius and I love the way you connect the dots.
Mike, you were saying?
I have no idea how this episode's going to be received. I think it's good. Is this good? This is good,
great.
right?
The thing about this episode
Maybe
is
3
that
minutes to call Thomas's ass.
You just got to keep plowing through, Mike.
the thing about this episode, Mike, is that I am so funny.
Yeah.
And
of
so
course,
is
I've always
he.
said that. Yeah.
And so also you. And so actually it's perfect.
It's nice
I know.
It's nice of you to say.
But you know what's so funny?
I
It's
wish I could smoke in here.
what people don't understand about podcasting, they go, it's such an easy job, but you don't realize, you never know if you're making magic or not.
Totally.
You're just getting people in a room, you know.
I think
you don't
right
know how
now-
it's being.
I
What?
think right now we could like pass as a family.
Okay.
Who's who?
I'm the brother that bites. Nick is the brother that is like, I want to cut. And then you're the dad who's like, my wife died.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a family.
Yeah.
And that's a family to me. That's a modern family.
That sounds great.
Like the show, Modern Family.
So Chuck Schumer walks past me,
Oh, right. Chuck.
and he's very
Fat Amy's uncle.
Fat Amy's uncle. Fat Amy's uncle walks.
Fat Amy's uncle. Yeah. Keep going.
So he's lumbering by.
He's walking by, and I go, I have to, and then I'm like, my heart starts pounding because I'm like, everything that I believe in says, that I have to go
Shoot him with a gun.
Shoot him, right? Yeah.
Shoot him in
Honor, kill him
right between
with
the
a knife.
eyes.
It's so I don't. You know what's funny
a
though?
cow.
I don't even
Throw
think I
acid.
could. I don't even think I could do that if I had to. If like in the moment, I'd be like, that's just an old man. It's very
You're too
weird.
nice.
Yeah, of course.
I'm too nice. No, I'm too nice.
You
wouldn't
should
kill
kill
somebody dead in the street at a street fair.
But he's like a mass murderer.
If you had a handgun, would you have taken it out and shot him in the head?
No, because I can't go to jail.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. He had
And I don't think anyone should do that.
He had no security with him. Nobody
think
was. He was just
somebody
walking. He was
should.
just shuffling around by himself. He's like he's like a Brooklyn guy. And a friend of mine saw him when he was like on a city bike, and he confronted him, and he said, "Senator Schumer, my conscience tells me that you have to must do something about the atrocities in Gaza." And he said, "Well, what about Hamas or whatever?" But then I'm like, but he's like and then so I'm like, I have to say something, and I took my dog and I said, "Deb, I'll be right back. There's something I really got to do right now." And my heart's pounding. My heart's going like this, like I'm like, what am I gonna do? What's that? Today at the street fair.
Daddy needs to take a stand.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna regret it forever if I don't. And then I walk past him. So you're Chuck Schumer. I'm Mike Recine. Okay. Nobody's smiling. And
Who am I?
He's with his. What's that?
Who am I?
You're my dog.
Choke collar.
You're Frankie Wrinkles, my
the bitch
puppy.
with the collar on.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah. So
Where's my $1,500?
what do you,
That's what you yell at Chuck Schumer.
why?
Because your landlord owed you $1,500, right?
Oh, he owed me a lot more than $1,500.
This is a non sequitur that I'm
$1,500.
confused
About
by.
$1,500.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I just
Yeah,
don't
you were
know.
saying.
I don't know the landlord lore, but
That
also
was
I don't care.
I've been let's just say I've had more than one Israeli landlord steal money from me. Okay.
Sure.
So yes, I guess that.
Well,
was
they're
my-
thieves and
I guess that
liars.
was my origin story.
They're thieves
but,
and liars, and
I'm-
most.
But I'm
of the time
walking
they're
by and I'm like,
unattractive.
this is just an old man. So I'm like, my heart's pounding. I don't even know what to do, what tone to take or whatever. And I look him right in the eyes and I go, "Hey, let's stop the baby killing." And then I just kept walking.
Hey man, let's come on.
I said,
friends.
I didn't even
Coolers on the baby
I didn't-
killing, man.
I didn't even say, "Hey Chuck," which is what I should have said. I
Let's
should have
chill
said,
out,
"Hey
man.
Chuck."
Hey Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, this is kind of taco, but could you
Yeah.
stop burning the kids alive?
Yeah.
You know the kids, right?
You know the kids?
I was so scared to even see his reaction that I just turned my head and I just kept walking.
You
my
didn't
dog,
see, like,
and I just sped walked away.
No
from
face
him.
clock, like you didn't.
What's that?
Like his face.
No, and he
his
was
face
with
didn't
he was
crack?
with what I imagine is his fat lesbian daughter and his granddaughter.
And Amy's cousin, fat Amy's cousin.
And so I
love
just kept walking. And my heart was pounding and I called a friend of mine in Pittsburgh and she's like, that was awesome. And then I called Will Menaker and he didn't answer his phone.
Love Will.
But I wanted to tell Will.
Love
Shout out.
Will.
I wanted to call Will and
Shout out Will and Catherine.
but he didn't answer. And then I sent him a voice memo and I said, now what if I was getting raped right now and I was calling you for help? I said, answer your phone.
I would call
so-
Catherine first.
You call. I don't have her number. You got her number?
Do
Why
I
don't
have
you
her
read it on-
number?
Why don't we read it on the show? The patrons are upset because the show's different now. So I think
No,
we
but
should-
they're gonna
we would
like
to
this
start-
episode because I'm
Johnny,
famously
can
the
we-
most likable woman in America. And nobody's ever had a problem with me.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't that so crazy? Because I was like,
Yeah.
that did not go how I thought it was going to go.
No, but you did what you had to do.
I did what I
I
had
thought
to
it was
do.
good. I mean, like,
But
what were you expecting?
For him to
I
pass
have
out.
no idea what I was
For
expecting.
him to just like go into cardiac arrest right
and to
then
be like,
and
you're
there.
right. Yeah, and just and just
For him to
fall over
buckle
in
at your
front of
knees,
it.
start sucking your cock, and going, "I'm sorry about everything I've done."
That would have been nice.
He should have started sucking my cock.
In front of your wife
Imagine-
and me, your naughty dog.
Imagine reading the
then
headline
I'm
like
like-
Mike Recine, like point blank range.
Raping Chuck Schumer at
It says-
gunpoint
it says,
at a street fair.
Random man sucked off Mike Recine on the street. They don't even tell you his name.
Yeah.
Red bar is
Palestinian
like
Red bar covers it.
This video of him sucking your cock.
Me and Johnny were talking about Red Bar today.
I love him so much.
I love him too. I said, imagine having that job. You make thousands of dollars to say exactly what you want about people.
He's a
you hate.
huge fan of mine. Him
Is
and his
he?
wife are huge fans of mine.
That's so funny
His
because-
wife DM'd me on
Really?
Twitter, like literally like a few weeks ago, and was like, "Mike and I absolutely love you. Like,
Really?
wish all the best for you. Like,
He seems to have good taste.
he has really
Yeah.
good taste.
Does he know me?
Probably.
I wonder what he thinks. But he's not gonna like review a special that he likes.
Yeah, he only go and talk about David Lucas,
So I was really
who's fatter than you think he is.
Yeah.
I saw him in person once. Fattest motherfucker alive.
not as fat as Amy Schumer, but the
Well,
Let's
no
go.
one's as
I love you.
fattest woman on earth, Amy Schumer.
Amy, what are you, Chuck Schumer's daughter? Amy, you look like Chuck Schumer's fat daughter.
So,
But I said, let's stop the baby killing. But I said it with
Yeah.
a smile, you know?
You were
And then I
smiling-
ran home and
You were
called Bill
smiling like
Menaker.
you were kidding.
I ran home and
You smiled like you were like as if you were kidding,
You
or
should've
like
filmed
or like
it.
a sinister like
yeah.
type of smile. Were
Yeah.
you doing Joker smile? or
I'm
were you
so
doing,
fucking
like,
worthless.
you should have had Deb record it.
Am I? Who is? Yeah, I know. But I didn't want Deb
Your
to get
wife is
killed in
so
case I
hot.
got tackled. Yeah, she is.
Your
yeah.
wife is so hot, and I've
She
always
really
wanted
is.
to tell you this
And I
A nice
really.
looking lady.
because I think that your wife
I never
is
tire of
so
hearing- I
crazy
never-
fucking hot.
I never tire of hearing it.
Your
Yeah.
wife is so hot.
Remember my friend
Find some
who you met in Chicago
No.
briefly after the show? Whatever. A
did it-
friend of mine.
Oh, we did a show together.
Rob.
Yeah.
Shout out Rob Sharing.
Oh yeah, Rob.
He
This, huh?
texted me a photo of your wife and was
God.
like, she's so fucking
looks-
hot.
He
She
texted
looks
you.
21 there.
She looks
looks
good.
so
she
young.
She looks good.
That's a crazy hot photo.
I'm
Show the
very-
fans.
I'm
Show the
very
fans.
blessed.
That's
I
a
can't even
really
say-
fucking hot photo.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, how did I do that?
Where'd you meet her?
She was a waitress at Caroline's Comedy Club.
Oh my god, you're
Yeah.
like Jeff Ross, but do it legally.
But legally.
When I was
No,
at,
but wait a minute. How fat is he?
how fat is he? Mostly just bald. When I
I mean, it's not nothing. It's not meaningless to have such a hot wife.
Totally.
It's great to have a hot wife. I would love to have a hot wife. I fantasize about having a hot wife all the time.
It does. Yeah, it probably makes people respect you more.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
I think so.
All right. So, I was really involved in like the
But also,
Black Lives Matter
it's not
stuff.
like I'm not a. You know,
You look.
I'm a
really
good-looking
like
guy.
that was like the
A
worst
crazy
sentence
weed
to be
there.
cut
you were
off on.
involved. You were
I
heavily
sound
You look
like
like
such a
a
cock.
crazy gweed there. You're so many shirtless photos of you.
Well, this is when I was losing weight. This is during the summer when I was actually
Damn,
losing
Mike.
weight there.
Wait, Loki,
You look great.
you look good there.
Thanks. Yeah.
Look at this one.
Where?
Wait, Loki, I would see
Show
this.
show
This
the
is
pants.
like a grinder profile pic.
It is, right? Real quick.
Bears in your area.
All right. and
Aging
that's it.
bears in your area.
You want another one? There we go. Another one.
There we go.
All right. Aging bears.
Aging bears.
That's fine. You know, time comes for us all, Ivy.
Oh, I'm gonna die at 27.
Yeah. And that's my grandfather. In the
Cool.
center. Well, no, that's
Show
a
me.
good looking guy, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, you were saying.
All right, so I was involved in those protests.
You were heavily
whatever.
involved in the Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Yeah. You were carrying an umbrella around, bashing the store windows.
Yeah,
with
I was
cameras.
doing that kind of thing.
You're trying to make the protesters look bad.
But I've found out where Chuck Schumer lives because I guess there was like a protest there, and
Yeah.
I would I would write like Chuck Schumer lives here,
Yeah.
on his house like every week for like a summer, and it was nice to walk by it and see it.
Yeah.
I went to the
Wait, doesn't he
women's
live in
march.
like a big building?
Yeah, he lives at West.
Get through
Right.
Yeah,
it.
But that's the thing is like if I showed up to his house to do something to him, I think I would go like
When you
I
show up to his
can't,
house,
I
believe in
can't.
yourself.
I would say I can't though. That's like a nice old man.
I went to the women's march in 2016 and my sign had a Hamilton lyric on it. And that's my true
Listen,
confession.
Yeah, that's everybody's journey though. Everybody's got a different.
Everybody has to be a shit lib. at
Wasn't
one
that
point.
2017? Because that's when he got.
It was 2017, but I was but a child.
Yeah, everybody has to be a shit.
I
for
wasn't
a
even
little bit.
famous yet.
I think I tweeted something in 2017 about like a Trump and like I think I compared Trump to Darth Vader or something like that.
That's really fucking
That's rough.
cool.
And somebody, a friend of mine sent me a screenshot and said, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing is dark.
Yeah.
If somebody
But we
sent
didn't
a
know.
tweet
I
of
didn't
mine
know.
and said, "What are you doing?" I think I would like really kind of sit with that for a minute. Like, what are you doing is like
in general.
just like, what are you doing? Like that cuts deep because it's like you can't tell my intentions to even know me.
Yeah.
I would question the whole relationship.
He's like, you can't do stuff like this.
I low-key want to try a Zin, but I know I would projectile vomit all
You
over
would.
his face.
You for sure would. Like everybody does, and in particular you.
Yeah, that's my thing. It comes out both ends.
I think this is my favorite part of the pod because it's like it's like the home stretch. So we can do another 10, we can do another 20, we can do another 30.
Let's do another motherfucking 30, bitch.
I can't believe I said I was heavily involved in the Black Lives Matter protests.
You were, yeah.
Like,
That was a good day though. I forget. I went.
It was fun
What
when there
felt
were like
good?
no organizers and there was like ambulances were blowing up.
I went to one protest and like somebody showed up with a megaphone and they were like, "All right, hey everybody, so it's you guys know it's Breonna Taylor's birthday today, so we're all gonna sing Happy Birthday to Breonna Taylor," and so we all sang Happy Birthday to Breonna Taylor, and then like 5 minutes later, another guy with a megaphone comes in, and the guy's like, "Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? All right, it's time to sing Happy Birthday to Breonna Taylor."
I know
He's like,
you
"It's
felt that.
come on, everybody!" And then
But here's the
everybody
thing,
was
Mike.
like, "We did that already."
When words fail,
Yeah.
music speaks. Cut to me,
Okay.
zoom in on me. When words fail, music speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what happened that afternoon.
There was one
Cut
night.
away from me now.
There was one night where there like a bunch of like when there was a lot of looting, like that first weekend.
Yeah.
When I think there was like a gang that got involved, and they were just like looting in Times Square, and I saw a guy walking to the subway holding a surfboard,
when
like on the subway
There was a
on the
girl-
night of the Black Lives Matter
there was
protest.
a girl-
Can you imagine seeing that?
there was a
It's
girl,
probably it probably wasn't even for sale. It's probably a display.
Yeah, it was probably like at Hollister
PacSun or something. Yeah.
there was a girl I went
Going
to
to the
high
Bronx,
school with whose mom's store, like her mom owned like a boutique on like Melrose or something in LA, and her mom's like small business was looted, but the girl was like woke AF, and so she was on her IG story being like, "No, we deserved it." Like she was like, "No, actually, it's chill that everything's gone. Like it's for a good cause."
Well, what else are
And
you
I-
gonna say?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if she was like, my mom's jewelry brand was, it has everything, every handmade beaded bracelet has been destroyed,
Yeah.
everybody would be like, bitch, fuck you.
Right.
So she would just like double down and she was like, actually, like, I think that like, we didn't need these beaded bracelets that my mom makes. Like whoever has them, like it's for political good. And I was like, damn, like I didn't expect that from this girl. She was thick AF.
Well, George Floyd's death was like so egregious.
Yeah.
But then like it took a few months for them to be like, oh, by the way, here's all this stuff he did.
What did
It's
you do?
weird.
What I do? You know that meme with the Asian girl in the Walmart? What I do?
No.
Have
You're old.
you seen the porn he made?
I'm
seen the videos?
I mean, the porn, George Floyd's porn.
Yeah. Are you aware that exists?
I think so.
Yeah. You can watch him having sex if you want.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Not that means he deserves to die, but I'm just saying. Interesting lore.
Anyway, it's very funny because
United Talent Agency, I love being represented by you. I love working in mainstream Hollywood. I love getting to be on television shows, even though it wasn't Tyre season 2 this time around.
Did you audition for it?
Yeah, I did, to be Shane's love interest, and the casting director said I was too young.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really weird if Shane was in love with you on Tires.
Listen, he followed me. We were mutuals on Instagram before my main account got banned when I was 16. So there was something interesting about me then. And it wasn't just because I was funny AF. It was because I was fly, sexy, beautiful, rich, up next, and cute and clever.
Nice.
So thank you, Shane. And like I low-key, like I don't really like fat guys, but like for you, like I would like lift that belly up and I would suck on it.
I hope he's watching. Shane, we hope you're watching. All right, so we spent like 3 hours trying to get content for something, right?
Yeah.
Where do we all go? Where do we all go together?
Rally.
We attended
rally.
the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden.
Yes, and it was the most fun people watching experience I've ever had in my life. There was an old Chinese man who was handing out a printed photo of Kamala photoshopped. Let me read what it said. It was a printed photo of Kamala photoshopped as an escort, like her face now photoshopped onto like a Fashion Nova model. And this is what it says. So this
I saw Chuck Zito on his...
Cut to the image, right? This is the picture. And then let me read what it says.
Yeah, because he called her Kamala on his
This
Instagram.
is Kamala
That's good.
Harris, a former call girl in California. Staffers in San Francisco are coming forward stating that Kamala Harris was an escort for judges, politicians, and various powerful businessmen to sway court cases and to help push leftist policies in the state. Democrats are trying to bury these allegations spelled with
Like
O.
aloe.
Yeah.
Your skin.
And then it says, printed at 11:22 a.m., August 1st, 2024, from https :/x.com/Creason Jana, which is, I looked up, it's an older woman. Chinese communist spies have held her records since she lived in California until now. Let me turn the brightness up because it gets dark here.
I thought the whole event felt like Facebook.
And then
this is very Facebook.
There's 2 hyperlinks to YouTube videos on a piece of printed paper. Bitch, what I'm finna do with that? But yeah, so but doesn't she look like fuckable and luscious in this?
I don't think that's a real
It's
real
not
image.
real. And I got in an argument with multiple people in front of me because they were like, no, I think it's real. And I was like, she's wearing Fashion Nova. Like, Kamala would not wear Fashion Nova. Yes, Kamala has served.
It doesn't look like her, really.
It's like
It
her
doesn't look like
face
her at
poorly photoshopped. It looks like Sienna Hewitt-Ross. Like, it's her face poorly photoshopped onto like a Fashion Nova model. And it was dead ass dudes like in front of me at the rally being like, no, I swear to God, this is a real image. It was an old Chinese man handing it out, waving it around, and I said, excuse me, old Chinese man, can you hand that to me? He responded to old Chinese man. He handed me the paper. I had Rowie flick me up with it. We took
You're not
pictures.
scared to say that to people?
What?
Calling someone old Chinese man?
Where we were,
What if he
I
kicked
could
you in
have
the
said
pussy?
where we
What if you
were,
got a karate kick in the pussy?
Mike, where I was
Who's an old
this
Chinese
afternoon-
man now?
Yeah. What if it was Mr. Miyagi and he
He
kicked
would
you in
make
the pussy?
mine sideways, yeah. He would kick it sideways, and then you know the whole myth about the We know the myth.
Yeah, this is what we wanted the episode to be about.
Right. The whole listen, I don't believe that's true, and I support the Asian American community.
The funny thing about this episode,
their pussies are sideways.
The funny thing about this episode is no matter what we do, people are gonna hate it.
Right.
People are gonna really.
Well, people hate everything I'm a part of.
And I like you guys.
Is that true?
People hate everything I'm a part of, no matter what. Yes, absolutely. I'm in one of the best movies of the year, and people are giving it like 1-star reviews on Letterboxd just because of my presence in it.
Okay. And you're in English teacher.
Yeah.
And I watched
and somebody said on Twitter that I was astonishingly bad in it. Astonishingly, bitch, kill yourself.
Yeah, they'll always find something.
They'll always find some fucking problem. And I was fat then too. But my tits were big.
So at the rally, I find it hard to listen.
Yeah.
I found it hard to listen to. Like I felt like everybody sounded the same, and
we couldn't hear from on the street where Rowie and I were standing. We could not hear anything, and so we were just making conversation with the people around us. Like there was like a trans girl in front of me wearing American flag tights who was drawing anime on her phone. The guy next to her had earbuds in, like knockoff, like AirPods that like you buy off the street, like fake AirPods in, and he for an hour straight was just watching a montage of stock footage of spider webs on his phone. And then next to him was a guy.
Yeah, Americans are kind of disgusting, huh?
Disgusting. Yeah. Next to him was a guy in Dior sunglasses and a gorgeous pinstripe blazer who I thought was gay and we were talking the whole night, and he was like letting me chew his vape, whatever. He like accused Rowie and I of fucking, and then we were like we had to beat the allegations. And then he then revealed, I thought he was gay, and I was live tweeting the whole event. And I referred to him as a gay guy in one of my tweets. He then revealed, he was like, I've been fucking mad Jewish girls. Like, I've run through all the Jewish girls in New York City. And Rowie and I were like, really? Go on. And he was like, you know what the tricky thing about Jews are? Rowie and I, two of the biggest this side of the Mississippi. We go, what? What's the tricky thing about Jews? And he goes, you know, like...
It's so cool that we can say that now.
He goes,
not me, but
he goes, you know, like with like other races, like with black people, you can tell by looking at them. With Asians, with Hispanics, with Muslims, you can tell by looking at them, whatever. With Jews, you dead ass never know. And that's what's really scary. And Rowie and I go, you're so right.
Yeah, you're so right.
You're so right.
They're so hard to spot.
They're so hard to spot. We're like literally like the two fucking Jewiest motherfuckers.
Yeah. I am trying to work on a bit. Like,
I was gonna say.
Like, what, you've heard it?
Yeah.
The squirrel bit, right? That
pigeon.
Did really well. The pigeon.
Yeah.
That did pretty well in Albany.
Yeah.
It's about how like.
Shout out Albany.
What's that?
Shout out Albany.
Yeah. Actually, Nick and I, we have to get into this. Nick and I did a pretty funny bit.
I was going to.
Yay, Sebastian
there were like,
Maniscalco.
there were like 15 people at the show.
Awesome.
Because
what
Sebastian
club was
Maniscalco, it was at a brewery.
Oh.
And I fucked up, and I forgot.
I
fucked up. Listen, what's really sad. I didn't tell Nick this, but I'm going to tell him now. I fucked up, and I forgot to say, "Hey, can Nick Viagas open for me?" Because I thought the guy who booked me came through Nick. So the day, and I forgot, and I think the day of the show, I was like, I can bring in an opener, right? And he was like, oh yeah, I think so. He like already booked somebody. So I got pretty low pay for this gig, and I gave Nick $100 of it because I forgot to be like, can I bring my own opener? So they had two features.
Yeah, I did.
And I lost money.
Like an Albany local.
What's that?
Was the other feature like an Albany local?
It was like, and everybody was pretty good. Everybody's pretty good.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting that like
Sebastian on stage.
The features.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you did. There were like there was a host and then multiple features, and then you. Yeah. Sebastian was at the arena that night.
He was doing the arena. Yeah.
In Albany.
Yeah.
And so he drew the whole crowd away from the brewery because otherwise you guys would have had like 1,000 people at that brewery.
We had like 1,000.
Yeah, it was all the WAPs. You know,
Right.
They got split.
Right. Yeah, because you guys would have drawn in like a really, really huge crowd at the
But it was so
brewery
fun.
if Sebastian hadn't been in town.
Okay, we get what you're trying to say. Yeah, I haven't popped yet. Okay? I haven't popped. I'm waiting for my day. But yeah. So we were doing.
You're a star in my eyes, Mikey.
I'm over here sucking cock.
So I'm at the airport in the bathroom. tapping.
Tapping my foot.
I'm tapping my foot, right?
And we did more than that, right? I feel like this bit lasted like 20 minutes.
Did you guys do it together?
So I go to the gym.
Did you do it together on
Voguing.
stage?
Yeah. No.
You did it individually.
I did. I had a long set to do, so I had to fill the time.
You weaved it in though.
Yeah,
you weaved it in as part of a
Did
bit.
they like gay Sebastian Maniscalco
They did.
comedy?
They did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good. Oh, goody.
Yeah. Because I have this bit where I say, I go to the therapist in New York. What am I doing? A bit on the show? This is bad. No.
I opened with my first story
You did.
was an old bit, so
Oh,
you can do it.
I just want to say you gave me the number of that guy and you said that he was full.
Okay.
But I don't know if he wants me to have a credit or something.
The guy who books the.
No, the therapist, Alan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's full.
He wants you to kill yourself.
Tell
Well,
him to drop a few people. Tell him that he's been giving some people therapy for a long.
Robert Kelly's fine.
Robert.
Is he Robert Kelly's therapist?
Robert. Yeah.
Are we?
Robert Kelly's had enough therapy.
Whatever happened to HIPAA?
I found out I have sleep apnea recently.
Right.
And I'm worried I'm going to have to get like a
A
machine.
mask, a fat guy mask.
Yeah.
Can we do a little more on the Trump rally? Because we did spend.
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Standing.
Rowie and I were like in the front.
Yeah.
Like we were like up in the fucking front. Melania wore a zebra print. I got in an argument with 2 people, an old woman and the guy who I thought was gay but was actually just an anti-Semite, about whether or not Melania's zebra dress was tweed or cotton.
Yeah.
I swore it was cotton. They all said it was tweed. We pulled it up on YouTube, zoomed in. I said, there's no texture. It's not fucking tweed. And then there was a guy. So today in Washington Square Park, there was a Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest.
That's so annoying.
There was a guy.
Just anything where they use like computer paper to like promote an event, and it's more about like taking a photo of the ad.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is so New
But
York.
there was a guy.
It's so random.
There was
I
a
hate
guy
that.
behind me at the rally who looked just like Timothy Chalamet, and I turn around and I go, "Oh my God, were you at the Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest in Washington Square Park today?
Yeah.
Because you look exactly like him." And he was like, "No, but everybody's always told me I look like Timothy Chalamet, but I came
he
to this
missed it.
instead."
He missed
And
it.
It's
then
his day.
I made somebody take a video. Like I was taking like the video on selfie mode, and then like some guy with his wife, like because I was holding it at the wrong angle and he could see it like through my screen, he like held the camera for me, and I made the Timothy Chalamet lookalike hold up his vape to his crotch, and then I took a hit of it and then blew it out and then just like turned back around and didn't speak to him for the rest of the evening.
I feel like the rally was kind of a Mike Recine lookalike contest.
I would agree with that. I was probably
There was a lot of Mikeys there.
I did notice that. I did say I think a lot of these people look like me.
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
fit in perfectly.
You fit in really well.
I got the feeling, and I know you're kind of not supposed to say this, but I got the feeling a lot of the people who supported Trump and were there unironically were stupid.
We're stupid.
Yeah.
It was very diverse, though.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of Hasidic people there.
Oh my God,
Hasidic
so
people.
fucking many Hasids. I was like actually terrified.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I went to a Kamala rally if I would have thought everybody was like really smart, but
I doubt it.
I wouldn't have thought.
I doubt
anybody
it
was
too.
No, because we
smart.
Kinda-
saw those people outside with their signs, like protesting the.
yeah.
The women at Kamala rallies think they can change the world by buying the right mug.
Right.
Like the people at the Trump rallies like think they can change the world by like getting in a fist fight at like a barcade.
Yeah.
He said that he was going to end inflation.
That's cool.
Isn't that funny?
He said we're gonna make America affordable again.
Yes,
which is-
like that movie with Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, or like the thing that Italian people say.
Ma.
Ma.
That wasn't funny.
Yours was?
I'm just saying Octavia Spencer gives a powerhouse performance in the horror film, the 2019 horror film Ma.
Oh, what's that about?
It's about Octavia Spencer plays like a lonely older woman
Right.
who becomes friends with a group of teenagers because she buys them alcohol, and then she traps them in her house and says, "Don't make me drink alone."
Okay.
Yeah, and then
She starts terrorizing.
she starts terrorizing and torturing them and killing them.
Are you going to vote?
No, I'm not even registered. I think that the urge to be a politician is a sociopathic and narcissistic one, similar to being a cop. And I would never want to put my name next to anybody who like has that urge within themselves to do that. I would only ever vote for somebody who was like vehement about universal health care,
A dying actress.
or saving dying actresses. And Congress wouldn't even ever pass that shit, and so it's like whatever, we're all fucked, and sick people and disabled people are just gonna die. And like I know somebody who has like stage 3 cancer and she still has to go to work every day to pay off her medical debt, and I'm like, that is really crazy that like we have 2 candidates who literally just like have no like real actual like plan for like how to save these people.
Well, she used to.
Kamala,
Last time she ran, she was for single payer.
In the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
Right? And then she
but then she
Yeah,
switched
not
up.
anymore at all.
Right, she
But I'm
switched
saying
up.
in the beginning when she wanted to be
But
like
that's
a
the,
Bernie.
That's the
guy.
gag is they switch up. Even fucking Bernie switched up
Right.
because the DNC scrambled his fucking brain like some fucking motherfucking diner eggs, and so now Bernie's like fucking just like a like run of the mill like Dem lib whatever.
I haven't even thought about him in a while.
Yeah,
he's
for
like
sure.
he's like giving Democrat now in a way that's really fucking upsetting.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, when I think about like who I would vote for, I think about the people that I know, and I think about like who is like most vulnerable, and I resent Kamala for fucking Fosta Sesta so badly, like because Fosta Sesta was like,
That's a sex work thing?
yeah, it was to like combat sex trafficking,
Right.
but and so it took down like Craigslist erotic services and like Backpage, which is where escorts who had escaped pimping were going to be independent, like to be independent like screeners.
We hate it.
To be
We hate the anti-sex worker law.
to be like to screen clients independently, and to like be able to like there was like a blacklist where like you could like see if somebody was dangerous.
Yeah.
And then Kamala passed Fosta Sesta.
Yeah.
And then in major cities like San Francisco and New York, as recent as 2020, femicide like tripled, and they were mostly or presumably sex workers because women had to go back to the streets and start going back into pimps and start going back to the fucking corners because they had no avenue at the time. Now there are websites where escorts can market through again, but like independent escorts, but like, you know, girls had to go back onto the streets, and femicide in San Francisco like
You
tripled.
shouldn't be allowed to kill a hooker because they're like kind of they're like too easy, you know? It's like shooting a baby deer. If you want to kill a woman, you should have to like abduct one from Target or something with an envelope,
No honor.
stuff on it. Yeah, there's no honor. Yeah, you already have her like there. They're, you know.
Right.
Hookers must be thinking that the whole time that they're having sex with you. They go, this guy could be the one that kills me, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, like, it's safer if you're like screening clients independently. But like I said, with Fosta Sesta, like in San Francisco, there's like a clinic specifically for sex workers there, like a hospital specifically for sex workers there. For like,
isn't that crazy that you could be a politician and you go, let's do this policy, and then like thousands of hookers,
Hookers die.
thousands of sex workers die.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and you're like a lawyer. Or
Femicide tripled in San Francisco in like 2019.
Yeah.
After the passage of Fosta Sesta.
Right.
And it's like, Kamala will never get my fucking vote because she literally has like women's blood on her fucking hands. She has fucking Palestinian blood on her fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if she's in office, she fucking will have more fucking Palestinian blood on her hands.
But what do you
Like-
say to the people, and we're going a little long, but I think this is good. But what do you say to people who go, oh, politics is about making, it's about strategic. It's about being strategic. It's about thinking about what you will get and compromising and stuff like that. Because I have had people say that to me about
I don't want to fucking compromise. I'm not going to give my vote to like, and people are mad at me.
Because then
on
they'll just
Twitter
make us
this
do
week.
it. They'll
Right.
make us do
People
keep
are
doing
mad
it.
Also,
at
like,
me.
what's our power? Like, what are we gonna do to
People are-
compromise?
Yeah.
Like, they decide everything, then we decide vote
Exactly.
or not.
Right.
So if we
People
don't vote,
on
then
Twitter
that's-
are so mad at me right now for saying that I'm not voting. They're calling me, they're saying it's I'm like, it's like a privileged move, whatever. And I'm like, I fucking grew up below the fucking poverty line. I watched my mom cry in the hospital billing office when like Medi-Cal got passed and we were eligible for it. It's like, I fucking like, I know what the fuck it's like to be sick and disabled and poor.
Yeah.
And when I think about who I'm voting for, or like who is fucking like I'm fucking eligible to vote for, I think of like the sick and disabled people that I know and how much they fucking suffered and struggled. And I think of sex workers, and I think of trans people, and I think of like all of these people that I know, fucking poor artists. Like I think of the most vulnerable people that I know, and I think like, would this politician actually do anything to actively, not just with words or like bullshit or a fucking t-shirt with a fucking pride flag on it, like actually do something to give a shit about these people and protect these people? And it's like, no.
Yeah. And it's so hard also because when people are running, they say all this stuff they're going to do, and that's how you're supposed to choose who you vote for. But like they never do any of it.
They never fucking do it.
Like the rally.
And then they just give more money.
People love saying the popular stuff.
They love saying the popular stuff, and then what they end up doing the second they're fucking voted into office, they fucking send more money to the fucking Middle East to bomb brown people.
Yeah.
And fucking burn hospitals to the fucking ground.
I don't like it.
Like, it's like the... And low-key, did the
And
U.S. deserve 9/11? A little bit.
Yeah.
Right, and they know exactly what's popular, what people want to hear.
Yes, it's all manipulation. And so when people tell me, like, it's a privileged decision for you to not vote and use your vote, it's like, first of all, I'm a fucking, like, California state resident.
Yeah.
My vote doesn't actually fucking matter.
Right.
Like, it doesn't actually fucking count no matter who the fuck I vote for. Second of all, I'm not fucking voting for either of these fucking candidates because these are not people I trust. Kamala is a fucking, like, ex-prosecutor, fucking cop, fucking, like, women's blood on her hands, will have more fucking Palestinian blood on her hands. Same with Donald Trump. I think he's like, I mean, he's funny, but he's like, so is Kamala, but like, he's like a fucking evil, like, capitalist, just like a capitalist, like, shill and like disgusting and like flagrantly wealthy in a way that I'm like, why? Like, it's crazy that, like, when I see poor people rooting for him, because I'm like, there's nothing in your life that fucking relates to this man or will ever relate to this man, and he will never let you get to a place where you can relate to him, even though he says he will fucking raise up the poor and he'll fucking whatever, make more jobs or whatever. It's like, no, like, his whole fucking thing and the way that he stays fucking rich the way he fucking is by making sure that he keeps lying to you and that you stay poor or get fucking poorer.
Right. Was there ever a time when Burger King tasted good? There had to be at some point.
I've eaten Burger King
Christmas morning when I was a child.
Once?
I ate Burger King once.
We were a Burger King family.
With my dad
Chicken
on a
fries?
custody weekend. I had the nuggets and I found them to be too spicy.
Really?
You have a
I was
disease.
trying to think back to a time when the world didn't feel so bad. When we were like
It's
just going to war
always
with
been
Iraq.
hell. I've
Well,
only been
always
here
been
for
hell,
20
I know.
years and it's always been a nightmare.
Yeah, when I was a kid, George Bush was president, and my parents hated him.
They did.
So
I
don't
was
know.
raised
That was
by
probably like
two-
the peak of my life.
I was raised by two culturally Jewish Bill Maher atheists. And so, like...
That's such a funny thing.
Yeah.
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
And so, like...
My,
but,
man,
like,
me and
you
my
know-
friends loved atheism.
Yeah,
Oh
that was
my
huge.
God. I did not
It's so funny.
play about not believing in God
Yeah,
in middle
yeah,
school. Like, I
yeah.
really did not play about that shit.
If you listen to old stand-up albums,
Uh-huh.
like consistently every single one for like 20 years, they all
Atheism!
have like an atheist bit
And
about
Ricky
how God's
Gervais-
not real.
How old?
Ricky
I
Gervais
mean, like,
stuck
not even-
with it.
Like 20, 25 years old?
Yeah, I mean like
Is that-
90s to
90s.
2000s. I
Yeah.
just listened to a
Right.
Anthony Jeselnik album from like 2007. and he,
I wanted to fuck his gay ass so fucking bad all of
can we
high school.
include that?
We got to get this episode out tonight. I think we got to...
You wanna wrap?
We
can
made
say
eye
that?
contact at a comedy club once. Like, I was sitting in the front row. My 16-year-old nipples were fucking hard through my shirt. We made eye contact, and I swear to God, that's when my fucking cherry popped, and I wouldn't lose my virginity for another 3 years.
Wow.
But that's how it got in so easily. It was because my hymen just ripped right open the moment I looked him in his gay eyes.
I can't
I
wait
think
till
that's
I
the
do.
show. Is that the show?
Just whatever you want.
Yeah.
What do
yeah,
you guys
maybe the
want
show.
to do? Any final thoughts? That's usually a question I ask.
Final thoughts on the Trump rally. I think it was fun. I don't think that they said pretty much anything of substance or anything I trust.
Yeah.
Melania looked gorgeous.
Melania
as
looked
always.
good.
I would fuck the dog shit out of her.
Check out our show.
Yeah, check
Struggle
out our
Bus.
show, Struggle Bus.
Yeah.
We don't know when or where the next one is going to be, but follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Wolktress, WOLKTRESS. And I made a new Instagram. Let's see how long it takes before this one gets banned, because I have been banned on Instagram twice, at WolkMindVirus. Nick, plug yourself.
Well, I'm at Nick Viagas on Instagram. I post like a 55-year-old man. Hope you'll enjoy that there.
That's fun.
I'll be headlining a club in Boston.
Great.
Goofs, November 1st and 2nd. Check that out.
Great. And
Ryan Howe never responded to any of my text messages. I produce and perform on a show at the Stand in the main room called The Right Side of History with Roy Rosen, Chris Horn, and Assad Benbow. And
it's a good group.
It's a great fucking group, and our show is so good. Tim Dillon said it was the best thing he's seen in New York comedy in the last decade.
I like watching the young people work.
We're really doing well, and we're bringing young people out to the Stand.
Yeah.
But
cool.
He follows me on Instagram.
Who?
Yeah, Tim
Dillon. I think it's because.
But The Right Side of History will be in the New York Comedy Festival on the 10th of November. You can get tickets at the Stand website. 10 p.m. in the main room downstairs.
Do you want to out any other rapist?
We still haven't booked it. Any other rapists?
Yeah.
All right, that's the show, everybody.
I can't think of any right now. Actually,
I'll tell you some later.
We will see you.
Wait, please do. Actually, I live
Friday. Friday, we'll be back with a free episode on Friday. Some very special guests coming up.
I'm sure.
Do the right thing in November.
Yeah, don't fucking vote and kill yourself.
Voting's gay.
Yeah. So did you guys think that was good?
Yeah, it was good.
I just felt like you guys were like kind of talking over me the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry.